Listen to me, please. If this is all you learn in Antioch, please learn it well. Let me say this from the depth of my heart, Kujini. The Lord said something to me years ago. He said, Richard, I would treat you the way you treat me. You don't want to understand what this means. I will what? I will treat you the way you what? You treat me. He said to me, if you make a habit of coming to my house late, I will ensure every time you have a challenge, I arrive late. You don't know what that means. He says, if you will not spend your years serving me, your level of commitment to me is my level of commitment to you. Whatever you do to me, I will ensure I do the same to you. If you serve me with your strength, I will ensure men serve you with their strength. So I am watching you. So it's beyond anything you say. God watches your actions more than your words. He said, Richard, for you, I'm watching you. If you make it a habit of being a late comer, he said, Richard, you will have a challenge. I will arrive not by faith, but by your actions. So as a pastor, I fight late coming. Do you know why? It's not because I don't want to see people come. It's because the Lord told me, if you don't honor me enough, it's honor to be right here on time. Don't expect me to arrive on time. Sometimes we cry and say delay. No, it's not a delay. It's only a reaction to your actions. You know, we say God is a merciful God. Define what it means by mercy. So I'm watching you. It's time to pray. You are watching film. Don't expect me to show up. So because of this revelation, you will live a very regimented lifestyle. Richard, I'm watching you. Any area of your life you see you are failing, go back and check. You are the one failing. It's not me. You pray. Jesus have been praying. Don't just emphasize on what you are saying. Check your life. What is your zeal for God? Romans chapter 12 from verse 11. Please quickly. Romans 12 from verse 11. Is it? 1 to go. Can we please read this? Not slothful. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. When you are giving a business, don't be slothful. Are we together? That's not an advice, it's a warning. Not slothful in business. Take your business with diligence. I know of believers, time for exam they will not read. Then they're expecting some amount of miracle. He says, don't be slothful in your business. If you have a responsibility, be diligent to it. Number 2 is what? Fervent in spirit. Number 3, serving the Lord. How do I know that you are serving the Lord? Is that you are fervent in spirit. Are we together? Allah nadabuna rai. You get to talk? Allah nadame? Allah nadarai. Serving the Lord. Any area of your life you are not seeing the Lord serving you is a testimony of your lack of service for the house. Guess what? God are we together? There are certain levels of testimonies you will never have until you begin to serve the Lord. You know, let me ask you a question. Are you aware that this place, it wasn't angels that came and swept it? Are you aware of that? It's not angels that descended from heaven with a broom and swept it. No, it was men. Do you know something? Church, are we together? Do you know something? The man who swept here or swept here has a higher amount of blessing than the man who stays here to pray from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. There are many things that is not by faith, it's by works. You don't faith it, you walk it. If you want the Lord to walk your life, walk his church. You don't know. Let me give a testimony. There was a time we were seeking the Lord for a huge amount of money for the ministry. Are we together? We're trusting God for finances. And I went, I read all the Bible verses on finances. The Bible said this, the Bible said that. I prayed for over a week on that matter. We fasted. God did not answer me. At the 7th day, he spoke to me as though he was angry. He said, take your broom and sweep the church. Oh, I didn't know. I thought it's by prayer. We came that day, we swept the church. I swept it. I came around 2 p.m. before service begins by 4. And I swept it. And as I swept that prayer, as I swept the church, I made a prayer. Anything in my life that remains unswept, because I swept the house of Elohim, may he be responsible for sweeping my life. That same day, the door opened. Not the next day. What? The same day. The sister that's about to get married, now, Sister Biasa. You know Biasa, your friend. Biasa is a dear daughter of mine. Dear daughter of mine. So she came, honestly, I asked her a question. I said, Madam, when are you getting married? You know me, when are you getting married? He said, Papa, you didn't give me a husband, I didn't collect. So we laughed about it. And there were things that were wrong. I'm giving names so you can. So there were things she was trusting the Lord for. I remember, I don't know whether you remember that day, right? I told her, I said, come and sweep the church. Then that's all. That's all. She came around 1 p.m. I remember. How many of you were there? Remember the story? Came, you were there. Around 1 p.m. Swept the church, arranged the chairs. The next week, my vice president came and asked her hand out in marriage. Their marriage is next month. I'm telling you something. If you are not serving the Lord, your spiritual life will die. If you don't have an area of service before God, is a lie. You cannot say you want to walk with God if you are not walking for God. The things you are asking for, man of God, see picture, I have somebody who is sick. Okay, God pays those who work for him. He pays. He's a rewarder. There's a difference from what they call an answerer of prayer and a rewarder of prayer. God answers prayers. God also does what? He rewards prayers. He rewards prayers. When men want to, you see, it's an honor to say I work for the federal, right? I work for the federal government, right? I work for the state government, right? And I work for the local government. It's an honor to work for the heavenly government. You know something, at the end of every month, if you are a worker with the state government, at least 29, I don't know, how do they pay? Let me know how to take your tithes. From when do they pay? 20 what? 26th. At 26, you just start knowing that something is about to happen. You are just smiling. Someone say, can I have 10? You say, I can buy this one around Friday. Because you are sure that the government has a responsibility over you because you worked for them. If God is not supplying your finances, you are not working for him. So those who work for God, and guess what? God does not pay monthly, he pays daily. Give us today our daily bread. It says God who loaded us daily with benefits. What do you do for God? Speaking in tongues is not work. It is not work. Till date, I'm the pastor of this place. Till date, I still squeeze out opportunity to be among those who do a little thing in church. And the Lord said to me one time, and it changed my life. He said, I'm sure you've heard it right many times. He said, Richard, when I walk into my church, when I walk into my house, is there anything in my house I will see that will make me remember you? Hezekiah about to die. The prophet said, Oga, your days are numbered. Set your house in order. And he turned and said, Lord, remember my service. Do you have anything God can remember? Stop demanding for things you are not working for. Stop demanding. God is not a fool. He told me clearly. He said, my commitment to you is based on your commitment to me. So guess what? If you impress the Lord, do what? Impress God. Late coming. You would think it's just in church, but watch your life and see. Many delays are coming. People are already moving forward. You are still having another CO. You are still having you don't just say it doesn't matter. Anytime you see the life of a believer is going through a level of distress, he didn't offend Satan, he offended God. You get the point? It's not Satan he offended, it's who? God. He said, you shall serve me, and I will take away sickness from the midst of you. He said, I know there is something as the healing anointing, but he says, if you want sickness to leave you, do what? Serve me. So don't assume service in the house of God is a waste of time. It's not fervent in spirit. Nothing as beautiful as a man who just finished sweeping the church then begins to speak in tongues. Now faith and works are being mixed together. The result is unimaginable. From today, put it on yourself. Put it what? Put it as a responsibility on yourself. That Oga, from today, if it's chairs, now me go take care of chairs. No matter the pains it will take, the chairs is because of me, they will be clean. On the day you are not in church, the chairs will speak to God and say the person sweeping us is not here. So I say again and again, if you don't have an area you are serving God, your spiritual life will die. It will what? It will die. Lift up our hands before God even as we enter into the second segment of this prophetic service. Just breathe your name upon me. Breathe. Just breathe your name upon me. Breathe. Your head.